Hi, I'm Dale Beaumont and welcome to Secrets Exposed. This is the show that takes you up close and personal with world-leading business experts. And our topic for this interview is how to implement a team training plan for your business. That coming up in just a moment. My special guest today is an award-winning business owner, Susana Montero, and our topic for this interview is how to implement a team training plan for your business. Welcome to Secrets Exposed.
Thanks, Dale. It's great to be here.
We're talking all about team training, and this is something that you do in your business, and I'm keen to find out more because so many people sadly don't have any team training in their business. And so first of all, let's define team training. What is it? How do you describe it to someone?
Well, it's about building what your ideas are for your business and then implement them into your team members so they know exactly how to conduct themselves in your business and how they're going to perform their services or how they're going to sell their product.
Okay, and just tell everyone quickly what type of business that you have and why teams training is so important for your business.
I have a hair and makeup salon,
and why did you choose to implement a training program? What was it?
Well, I had an idea of how I wanted things done.
Yep.
And how I wanted them to be performed in the
Yes.
salon. So I had to have an idea to give my team what they wanted to do, what they needed to do. So, for instance, I define it as something that I have to do in the salon. It's if I want something done a certain way, then everybody has to learn how that's done.
Okay, so how many staff should you have before you think you should implement a team training plan? They'd be keen to kind of know because people watching saying, I'm only small, should I do this? Is it only for big companies? What's your recommendation?
You start with yourself.
Yep.
And if that's all you've got at the beginning, then you work on that. It's really important that you actually walk your talk. So when you start growing, because you will grow if you do implement that within yourself, that discipline, you only need one team member and away you go. You will always grow if you train.
Okay, so it's making a conscious effort to grow yourself either through watching videos like this, or it could be podcasts or books or going to courses and seminars and events, but then you want to develop this as a culture in your organization. So even if you're small, maybe you have one or two staff, you still think this is definitely relevant for everyone.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, let's also talk about the reasons as to why you'd want to do this, because it is going to take some time and effort, like implementing anything into your business. So you come up with 5 reasons why business owners should invest time and effort into team training. So I'm going to run through those now, and then you can maybe just talk about each one if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So number 1 was about building consistency. So tell us about that.
So everybody has to perform everything in a certain way. This is so important if you're dealing with customers. This gives them a lot of confidence in you. It allows them to trust anybody in the business with what they need and what they want from you. So consistency is important. Consistency also allows growth. Gives the team an opportunity to shine, and that's really important for a team to be able to have an element of kudos within the business for the business doing well.
Okay, number 2 was around strengthening your brand. So how does team training strengthen your brand?
So goes back to consistency. So if you've got an idea in your brand, you've got a mission and a vision, it's very important that your team know what that is, and so they follow you down that road where you're going. And that way too, the customers that you're dealing with, they all see a fusion within the team performing, and that gives them a lot of confidence and trust again.
Okay, great. Now the next one was around to retain team loyalty. So tell us a bit more about that.
Well, everyone loves training. In my industry, everybody loves training. If you offer training and are regular with that, you've got people that want to grow, and that attracts quality in my eyes. There are a lot of people out there that couldn't be bothered, but I do know that people who know, if you have the reputation to build and train your team, that will attract quality team members.
Yeah, and I suppose people that don't, staff members that don't enjoy training, they're not really committed to growth, they're probably not going to end up becoming great employees, because great people are always trying to get better. Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We can only really hang out with like-minded people. So if somebody isn't into training, then they won't really fit in, unfortunately.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is.
And so now you only hire people, part of your culture is all around team training and growth, and if people are not into it, they simply won't have a job for much longer. Is that the case?
Well, yeah, no.
Yep.
No, they don't get into the job, That's one of the first questions. Do you like training? How much training? What sort of training are you after? What do you think we can provide for you? So that's all sorted out at the beginning.
Right.
And then once we know what's going on with that person, then
So it's really a culture in your whole organisation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, the next one was an interesting one about customer trust. So how does team training relate to customer trust?
Okay, so if you don't have the trust of your customers, you aren't going to sell. You're not going to be able to grow. So in our industry, trust is everything. You're dealing with people's appearances. So this is a very important aspect to everyone's everyday life, and we take that very seriously and we're very conscious of it. So by training, we're working together to always provide the best result we can for each customer every single time, no matter how many times you've come to us. So when we build that trust, those people there, you have customers for life. That trust, don't take it for granted, but you always have to work on that trust consistently and don't become complacent. So by training, you eliminate complacency.
Yep. Okay, love that. And the last one was to enter awards. So tell us about that, and have you used customer training to enter and win awards?
Yeah, absolutely. There's different types of awards. There's your business types of awards. They're the ones where you expose your business under a microscope to judges, and that's based on the performance of your team. And if you don't train in aspects in your business, then you're not really performing the best that you can, and that's vital for a good end result, which we've achieved because of that. And that again builds client trust. Clients or customers love winners.
Yes.
And then on the creative side of things, definitely you have to train. You have to work on hair or whatever it is that we're working on for a particular photographic shot, and then that is scrutinised and judged, and then then the awards come from there. So which we've done very well in too. So those two aspects come together for customers to trust us completely. We're good business, we train. We're good business because we train in hair and makeup, so therefore we are good at what we do.
Okay, so in terms of the awards, so it's the training, and that's part of obviously oftentimes award submissions is what are you doing for your people, how are you growing them, and obviously if you win the award that leads to potentially PR, could lead to more customers, which leads to more staff, which leads to more training, and it all kind of can see how it all links together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, one more quick question before we move on, and that is with the team training that you do, is it just the technical skills required to do the job, in your case cutting hair or doing makeup, or do you train on the other skills as well, or is it just the technical part?
No, it's a lot of aspects. The The practical side is extremely important, obviously. You've got younger people in your team, in our team, and they need to progress through in the company, so they can, feel the, feel the kudos that you have when you're doing a good job. The creative side is very important, and then you've got the business side of things. Your team need to understand how the business runs.
Yep.
And by doing that, you work on customer service skills. So we're always working on how can we do things better, how can we be better at servicing our clients, not just by doing their hair and makeup, but by how we conduct ourselves as individuals and then as a team with the customers, and how we are portrayed out there to the public.